The new bounties of the Yonko after Elbaf. The Elbaf arc of One Piece is well and truly underway, and this segment of the story is going to be absolutely massive for a multitude of reasons. For one, this is the first major arc of the final saga following Egghead, which, although absolutely massive in its own way, was only the gateway to even greater things. Secondly, this arc takes fans one step closer to finding out the truth about the One Piece world, and seeing Luffy attain the treasure that is the One Piece. That said, Luffy is not the only individual gunning for the One Piece. There are other pirates as well, specifically, the other members of the Four Emperors. They are going to play a pivotal role in the Elbaf arc, and might even see their bounties go even higher come the end of it. The new emperors of the One Piece world. The Four Emperors have existed in the One Piece world for quite a long time now. While it is unclear as to when exactly they were established, the consensus is that they came into existence following Roger becoming the Pirate King and the beginning of the Great Pirate Era. That said, there were some pirates considered to be elites even before the establishment of the Yonko system. Following Roger's death, the Yonko were Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard, and possibly some other mysterious individual who fans don't know much about. 6 years ago, Shanks, who was an elite pirate at the time, rose to the position of Yonko, and the order that fans saw at the beginning of the story was complete. In the Water 7 at some point during the time skip, Blackbeard rose to the official position of Emperor, having attained a bounty of 2.247 billion berries. In the post-time skip of One Piece, the order of the Yonko changed once again, particularly after the events of the Wano Country arc. With the fall of both Kaido and Big Mom, 2 new emperors were elected, and these were Luffy and Buggy. Luffy was given the position of an emperor due to defeating Kaido and playing a pivotal role in the fall of 2 emperors, while Buggy was made an emperor simply because of his incredible pedigree, and at the same time, the consensus among the people of the world that he had brought Mihawk and Crocodile to heel, and made them his followers. As such, the new emperor order that was established in One Piece consists of Luffy, Buggy, Blackbeard, and Shanks. Why the new emperors need higher bounties? Unlike the previous era of emperors, the new emperors are still on the rise in one way or another. This applies to every single one of them, and at the same time, they are far more ambitious than the previous emperors ever were. For instance, fans know that Luffy is the man who will go on to become the Pirate King, which also clearly means that his bounty is going to grow further as he grows stronger with time. Blackbeard, although very strong, is nowhere near the finished article, and that won't stop anytime soon in the final saga. Blackbeard too will get a higher bounty at some point in the following arc. Looking at Buggy, he has been an emperor only for a few weeks, and the only direction that he can go from here is higher up. Buggy and his Cross Guild are a newly established organization, and they will most definitely gain power and influence with time. As that happens, Buggy will try to get closer to the One Piece, and with that, gain even higher bounties. This leaves behind Shanks, who, until recently, was deemed to be a rather peaceful pirate. But, now, he has started making erratic movements, which have now made the world government wary of him. At the same time, Shanks is now openly gunning for the One Piece, which means that only now is he getting serious. Taking all things into consideration, Shanks will be more notorious now than ever before, and his actions will most definitely earn him an even higher bounty, possibly following the events of Elbaf. As such, every single new emperor is most likely going to get a new bounty, possibly following the events of Elbaf, in one way or another. This would essentially set them up as the main players for claiming the One Piece, and one of them will go on to reach the final island, get their hands on the treasure, and unleash hell upon the world by revealing the secrets that are found there. The new bounties of the Four Emperors after Elbaf. Of course, fans might be wondering as to what the bounties of the new emperors following the events of Elbaf are going to be. It is very difficult to predict what exactly the rewards will be, but it can be said that some of them will gain a significant increase. For instance, Luffy is still on just 3 billion berries, and fans know that he deserves much higher, simply based on the fact that he is just as infamous as Kid and Law. There is no reason why he should have the same level of bounty as Kid or Law. Furthermore, he has achieved quite a lot since, and he should be deserving of a 4 billion battery reward, or possibly even higher. For the other emperors, their bounty increases depend on what they do in the Elbaf arc. Blackbeard is already on 3.996 billion berries, which means that his bounty increase won't be as staggering as one would expect. But, Blackbeard should still break into the 5 billion club, or should hover around it. He appears to be planning an attack on Marihoa, as was hinted in the Elbaf arc, and it is entirely possible that he will succeed in doing so. If he does, then it is inevitable for him to gain an even higher bounty that crosses into the 4 billions. Then, there is Buggy, whose Cross Guild is only just getting started. It is inevitable for Buggy to get a higher bounty because the Cross Guild will make massive moves with time, and as that happens, Buggy will only continue to be more infamous. Finally, Shanks has a bounty of 4.0489 billion berries, and this reward is already high enough on its own. But, Shanks has been on the sidelines quietly for some time, and now that he will finally move, his strength will surely compel the world government to increase his bounty even further. Shanks is the next Roger, and it shouldn't be a surprise to the fans if his bounty starts hovering around the 5 billion berry mark following the conclusion of the Elbaf arc.